Ladies and gentlemen, it is Krusty Wonder here again with another Reddit story for you. This one is actually one of these. It is a spicy story, i.e. dramatic, i.e. full of complicated story developments. The title of this story is, Am I the Astronaut for Telling My 14-Year-Old Daughter That She's Average Looking? I, female 39, have a very insecure daughter, female 14, who has a depressingly unhealthy obsession with her looks. She often avoids mirrors and pictures because her mood instantly drains when she sees herself. She constantly asks her father and me if we think she's pretty, and we always tell her the same thing, that she's a beautiful girl inside and out. As I understand how most teenage girls are with their body image, as I was one at some point myself, my daughter's vanity is not only becoming exhausting to those around her, but I fear it's causing her to slowly lose herself. Yesterday, I decided to sit her down and chat with her about this, to discuss what's bothering her and to see if she's willing to visit a therapist. She told me she didn't want to talk about it, but as her mother, of course, I'm going to be worried about her, so I insisted. She finally agreed. A few minutes into this conversation, she asked exactly this. Mom, I want you to be completely honest with me. That means no sugarcoating. The kids at my school think I'm ugly and say I look like a bird because I have a big nose. Do you really think I'm beautiful, or are you just lying? I'm an honest person, so I gave her the most honest answer that I had. I told her she was average looking like most people in the world are, and that it's not a bad thing to have an average appearance. It's a bad thing for your parent to tell you that you're average looking. She immediately got up and left without saying a word and just went into her room for the rest of the night. Today, she's been cold and distant, and I think I upset her, which wasn't my intention at all. Am I the astronaut? Yep, you suck. Let's get somebody up here to give some additional feedback here. Candy Thunder. OMG, it's Candy Thunder.
This is what we teach our children. You can be the most beautiful person in the world, and I mean this with my whole heart. If what's inside is shit, then you're shit. It doesn't matter what, in my opinion, it does not matter what this person looks like on the outside. It matters how they treat other humans. And clearly this 14-year-old girl is going through insecurities, and that's what this is all about. She's not obsessed with her looks. She is insecure about her looks, right. And she's trying to figure out things about herself, and instead of helping with the insecurity, you just fed it like a goddamn midnight snack, and you made it so much worse because you are the person. When I look at my children, I do not look at like they're beautiful to me, and not just because of their face or the way that they look. Like, they're beautiful to me because they're my children. And so the most honest answer I have when they ask me if I think they're beautiful is absolutely, you're beautiful. Everything about you is beautiful, but not just the way that you look. It's your brain, it's your humor, it's so many other things. It's the way that you're kind, it's the way that you pitch in. Like, there's so many things that make you beautiful. It's not just the way that your face looks. And that should have been your answer to build her up, instead of just tearing her down and telling her that she's average. Because now for the rest of her life, she's going to feel average. And a face does not make a person a person. Like, that's just what you are to the world, but you can be so much more than just what's on the outside.
I think you also have to understand that to a 14-year-old girl, average means bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Average is not a thing to strive to. Average is not a good thing. Average is like a consolation prize. Average means ugly to a 14-year-old girl. So while to the rest of the world, average means average, it means the worst case scenario to a teenage girl. And also, I think you have to understand that as a child's view on themselves is rooted in how a parent views them. You were their person. They were around you more than they're around anybody. So leading up to this point for the past 14 years, she feels about herself how you feel about her, because you are who taught her who she is. So when you say something like, you are average, now she has to accept that as the gospel truth, because you're her person. You're her guide through the world. And now she has to be like, well, shit, I guess I'm average. And just accept that.
Until I hope this happens, until the day she figures out I'm not average. I'm a human being. I have every right to be here just as much as everyone else. And she knows that she's not average. She's going to come for you, because you're the one that was supposed to be in her corner, and you told her that you weren't. Like, don't call people average, and don't call your children average. That's saying like you're just whatever. You're whatever.
Yeah. Well, and also look at it this way. If she is insecure, if she was already insecure, yes, you fed that and now it's a much bigger problem. And I see some comments here that are like, now she's never going to believe anybody who tells her that she's beautiful. They're going to think that or she's going to think that they're lying. And now it's going to be a complex. Now it's going to be something she has to wrestle with for the rest of her life. And that's terrible. But also until your child achieves a level of confidence with your help where they start to see and believe the true beauty inside of themselves, until then, they're not going to start showing it. So for her, she's keeping herself muted because she believes there's nothing to let shine. And now you've just reinforced that and said, yeah, there's really nothing to shine. So why should she try? Why should she dress cute? Why should she do her hair? Why should she do anything to try to let her shine out because she doesn't think there's any shine to let out?
And not every nose has to be a tiny little button nose.
No.
I have a bigger nose and I don't care. Ava and I were just talking about this the other day. I'm like, everybody has a nose. A nose is there to breathe. It doesn't make you who you are. And the fact that kids are picking on her, even if she was beautiful, kids would pick on her. And it doesn't, like, even if she was the most beautiful girl in the entire school, she is still going to get picked on because teenagers are brutal. They have no filter and they're just mean. And this should have been the conversation that the mom had, not, well, I'm an honest person, so I gave her an honest answer. No, you were trying to take your daughter down a peg because you thought she was becoming vain about her looks. And somehow, in my opinion, that's what you did. Somehow, like
OP talks about how her insecurity is affecting other people around her. How the were you like, I know how to help that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's just kick it a few times while it's down. That'll help her not be insecure anymore. Maybe she'll stop caring. Like, way to go. You made it exponentially worse here. Let's bring Ava Thunder up to give some feedback on this. Ava, come on up. Hey-o, Ava Thunder, fresh out of school here. Step on up. As a teenage girl,
okay.
If a parent told you that you were average looking, how would you take that? Ask on one ticket, holding it up. But how would you feel though?
I'd be so mad.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even be sad. I'd be mad.
Mad at your parent?
Yes. Like if mom told me I was average looking, I'd be so mad.
Would that hurt your feelings?
It would hurt my feelings so bad.
You'd be mad because
I'd be mad because it would hurt my feelings so bad.
It's not the way, OP. Not the way, OP. Okay,
excuse me?
So what the daughter in this story said was, Mom, I want you to be completely honest with me. That means no sugarcoating. The kids at my school think that I'm ugly and say I look like a bird because I have a big nose. Do you really think I'm beautiful or are you just lying?
And mom's supposed to say that I'm beautiful. She's supposed to say that I'm beautiful. I don't care.
Look at Candy Thunder coaching Ava Thunder here on not walking out of frame.
Yeah, no, I'd be so mad. I just don't think there's any right to say that, honestly. I feel like, I don't know. My mom thinks that I'm, like, so pretty, and so does Dustin. Like, all my family thinks that I'm pretty.
Of course, you're beautiful. And
I feel bad if one of them called me, like, but, like, to me, average is, like, down there. Like, it's, like,
average is the
average
bottom.
Is the bottom. So, like, that would hurt my feelings.
I mean, hell, if you came in here, OP, and said below average, you'd really be screwed. But average is not a good answer there. Mm-hmm. All right, thank you. Thank you for sharing your feedback with us. Ava Thunder, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for jumping up here impromptu.